are some loofah gourd seeds that I've got, and while I haven't had luck growing them because I think I've been starting them too late each year, I've had some varying experiences with getting the seeds to germinate, so I thought I would share those experiences. Because the seeds are so thick, they do need some help to germinate faster. Now, I have had loofah seeds germinate just by sticking them in the soil and watering it and doing absolutely nothing else to them. That is possible. However, when you don't do anything, it can take weeks for them to germinate. Some people like to simply soak the seeds for about 24 hours before sowing, and I do think that helps a little, but I find it can still take a while to germinate. I think the best method is the paper towel method, which I will get to in a bit. But first, I am clipping the sides of this seed here because it's going to open up pockets so that water can get in and be absorbed more easily. Just be careful to not clip the actual seed inside. And just for fun and science, I am going to clip one of the soaked seeds as well. Now that I've got my seeds ready, we're ready to do the paper towel method, and it is exactly what it sounds like. You take a paper towel and you lay down your seeds, and then you saturate the paper towel with water, and then you take a plastic bag. Most people will use a sandwich bag, but I just use whatever I have. I pulled this bubble wrap mailer out of the recycling bin to use. Then you just put the paper towel with the seeds inside the plastic bag and place it somewhere warm. Loofah needs heat to germinate and grow, so some people will place it on top of their refrigerators, or they can do what I'm doing right here and placing it on a heat mat. And if you don't have a seedling heat mat, I suggest that you get one. I do not recommend using a regular heating pad because those are not designed for longer term use, and the temperatures aren't going to be as safe as a seedling heat mat. So after it's been on the heat mat for a few days, it should sprout, but I'd check on it just to make sure there's still enough moisture and that the seeds are not dried out. And now here we are 3 days later, and all of the seeds have germinated. Some were soaked before, some weren't, but all were clipped. However, I realized I should have put in a seed that wasn't soaked or clipped as a control. So I did conduct a test on one seed that was unmodified in any way to see how long it would take for it to germinate using the paper towel method, and it took 5 days. So clipping and or soaking would appear to make it go quicker, but not by much, but maybe a day or so. Either way, the paper towel method was quick, and once you have your sprouted seeds, you can put them into soil. This just happens to be an upcycled coffee K-Pod cup, which I love because when you make coffee, it punctures a hole in the bottom so you get your drainage. These will be up-potted pretty quickly, but for now, these will do. And it's okay if you need to cover the sprout completely if the seed is still stuck to the sprout. We know it's sprouted, so it will continue to grow as long as it doesn't dry out. And if a seed is stuck to the paper towel, you can just tear the paper towel off where the seed is and then bury the paper towel in with the soil because the paper towel is going to break down. It's not going to hurt anything. So just make sure to add enough water and then stick them under some lights, and then they should be ready to go and they should keep growing. And then once they outgrow whatever container you've put them in, pot them up, or if it's warm enough, put them out in the garden.